How do you know if your cable is compatible with 144 Hz? To play at higher refresh rates, you need three things: a good GPU that can handle it, a monitor with a higher refresh rate, and a compatible cable. When you buy a monitor, sometimes it won't come with a cable. Very often, owners of a 144 Hz monitor don't have a compatible cable and don't notice. So, how can you know if your cable is compatible? There's two main cable formats to choose from: HDMI and DisplayPort. Which one is better depends entirely on your situation. The most important thing to take into account is format compatibility. You should always check your GPU and monitor ports before buying a new cable. You won't be buying a DisplayPort if you won't be able to plug it in your GPU later. The HDMI format is more extended and commonly used, especially in mid-range monitors and graphics cards. However, that doesn't mean that all HDMI models are compatible with all monitors and GPUs compatible with HDMI. As of the publication date of this video, the latest HDMI model is 2.1, although the most common one, and likely the one you have, is HDMI 2.0. It supports up to 4 audio channels, is compatible with HDR, and is capable of transmitting video at 4K and 60 Hz. DisplayPort is not as widely available as HDMI, and there are several mid-range monitors and graphics cards that do not have DP connectors. It is a significantly better format, although its lack of support in various devices can be a drawback. Currently, there are several models available, and as long as both your GPU and monitor have a DisplayPort, all DP cables are fit for 144 Hz gaming. But how do I know if my cable will work fine? The main characteristic to consider when choosing a cable is its bandwidth. The higher the bandwidth, the greater the image quality it can support. In this table, you can see the bandwidths of the different cable formats we talked about. And here you can find a table with the most common resolutions and frame rates and the bandwidth they need. If you have a different case, you can use this calculator. Select your resolution, color depth factor, which usually is of 8 bits, and then choose the frame rate. To use multiple monitors, simply add the bit rates and ensure that the total is below the maximum supported by the cable. If you want to play at 1080p and 144 Hz, you can use any DisplayPort, HDMI 1.3 or higher, or a dual-link DVI. For 1440p at 144 Hz, you can use DisplayPort 1.2, HDMI 2.0 or higher. And for 4K at 144 Hz, you can use DisplayPort 1.4, HDMI 2.1 or higher. You can check this table with some of the most standard resolutions and frame rates to see if your cables are compatible. When it comes to adapters, you can use HDMI to DP adapters, but remember that an adapter won't magically make your worst cable perform better. When connecting two cables, the effective bandwidth will be the bandwidth of the worst cable. If you want to find some cables or want more information, check out the article in our website. You can find it in the description and the comments. I hope this video was useful. Thanks for watching.